Welcome back to another video, gentlemen. Today I'm going to be discussing the major benefits of NoFap. Now, I made a video, I think it was about a week ago now, discussing how you could overcome the urges of NoFap. And if you're not familiar with what it is, I'm going to remind you again in today's video. It's essentially a movement that encourages men to stop aimlessly busting gallons all over themselves on a regular basis, especially when it's coupled with watching explicit content online. Okay, there's certain words I can't use on YouTube because they'll flag up my video, but essentially, stop beating your meat. And today I'm going to give you some of the benefits of NoFap. And let's get straight into it. But before I do, make sure you like and subscribe down below. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny. Just slam that subscribe button. It helps me grow the channel and make more content for you guys. Give me a like and also drop a comment below if going on NoFap has helped you improve the quality of your life. So let's get into the benefits, shall we? First things first, improved clarity. That's a huge one. When you get into the habit of busting gallons all over yourself, watching that content online, you essentially enter a very foggy state. Your goals get pushed to the side. You don't know how to make decisions effectively. Your decision-making ability is impaired. You're just in a cloudy state. Now, when you stop that shit, when you stop watching that content online and you stop beating your meat, you're going to notice you have a lot more clarity because you're no longer spending hours a day doing that shit. Now you're able to think with more clarity. Your mind isn't occupied by a specific scene that you saw yesterday whilst you were in your room busting gallons over yourself. Your mind isn't thinking of that scene. You're now able to use up some of the free RAM, essentially, in your brain to think about your goals and make better decisions. Okay, so there's less hesitation. You're able to pull the trigger better. And I'm sure some of you guys would agree with me on that. The second thing is decreased anxiety. Listen, watching explicit content online, busting gallons all over yourself on a frequent basis, it makes you anxious. It affects your confidence drastically. It affects the way you view yourself as well, your self-esteem. Because you know for a fact when you're doing that shit, you know you shouldn't be doing it. That's why there's that guilt after you bust a nut. You're like, oh man, what the fuck was I doing, man? Wasted 3 hours, 27 tabs open. What the hell's wrong with me? Alright, so when you stop that shit, you have less anxiety. You no longer see yourself as a loser who just sits in his room all day and busts gallons. Instead of having a real relationship with a real woman, having a great life in the bedroom, okay, as a normal couple would, instead of doing that, you're instead pleasuring yourself. You can't keep your hands on yourself. So when you stop that shit, you have less anxiety. You're able to actually go out there in the real world. Be confident because you know you're not doing dumb shit like this at home. Okay, so decreased anxiety, even when it comes to social situations. You see, the issue with busting gallons on yourself on a frequent basis, watching that content online, is it makes you spend a lot of time by yourself. And the last thing you want to do after you've spent hours and hours watching that stuff is go out and have fun and meet people. You become lethargic, you become lazy, your social skills go down because you're not meeting anyone, and it takes you into a very depressed state. I mean, people that are addicted to that content, you know, some of them haven't even met up with their friends in months. That's all they do. And so, you know, stopping that allows you to actually go out there in the real world and meet people. It improves your social skills once again because you're no longer using hours of your day watching this content. Okay? The next thing is more energy. That's a huge one, that is. When you're emptying the tank, put it this way, on a regular basis, you feel knackered, you feel tired, mentally and physically. You go to the gym, you just don't feel the energy in the gym. It's not the same. When you don't bust gallons and you go to the gym, you feel strong, you feel energetic. You're able to squat more, you're able to bench more. Now, I don't know the exact specifics of the science, so I don't want to comment that says, well, what's your proof The proof is I've experienced it myself. When I go into the gym and I haven't busted gallons on myself or anything, I feel stronger. Much stronger. I'm able to lift more. Okay, so it gives you more energy when you stop that shit. The next thing is stronger erections. Listen, when you're constantly beating the shit out of your meat, it's tired. It's tired. You never give your body the time to actually feel horny. And we're being mature here, guys, okay? Don't giggle and be like, oh, he said the word horny. Okay, we're being mature here, all right? But when you're constantly beating the shit out of your meat, you never give your body the time to actually get into that state. Your meat is bruised and battered. And so when you stop beating your meat on a regular basis, you actually have stronger erections because testosterone is increased in the blood system, in the body, because you're no longer emptying your testosterone on yourself. You're able to feel stronger. Okay, your erections become stronger. They no longer become limpy. And that's one of the dangers of beating your meat constantly. Erectile dysfunction. If you guys don't stop that shit, you're going to join the erectile dysfunction club, where all the other losers who beat their meat are hanging around. So you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want to join that club. Like, that sounds gay as shit. Essentially, you would become stronger. Okay? The next thing is improved perception of self. Self-esteem goes up, and I touched on this earlier when I mentioned less anxiety. You're able to respect yourself more. You no longer see yourself as a loser. You're able to go out there in the real world, actually use your time properly. You have less guilt because you're actually going out there making shit happen. You're not sitting on your computer at home. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting up to that business. And so you start seeing yourself with more regard. You start respecting yourself a lot more. Okay? And so these are just some of the benefits that you will notice as you engage in NoFap. And listen, man, it sounds very corny, I know, okay, the NoFap movement, but believe me, gentlemen, eradicate that shit from your life. Okay? If you want to experience a fulfilling sex life, then you can get into a relationship with a woman and do things the right way. But believe me, society wants you weak. It wants you impotent. It wants you lethargic. It wants you to be a loser. It wants you sat at home watching that explicit content all day, all night. It wants you to have an unfulfilled sex life. And so eliminate all of that garbage. Listen, if something is free, there's a catch. You are paying with your life. You are paying with your health. You are essentially go, oh, okay guys, I'm going to give you my health in exchange for watching that content. Your mental health is affected, and it's serious because they've done studies about the neuro pathways in the brain. They get altered, and some of the actual alterations that occur are permanent. And so it's actually quite a scary thought. So eliminate this crap habit. I know it's hard, believe me. Believe me, it's difficult, it's not easy, but it's possible. There have been people that have gone from being addicted to never having done it in years. Okay, so it's definitely possible. It'll be challenging, you may relapse here and there, but as long as you make the effort, and you know, someone's going to ask me, well, how do I stop doing it? And I'll give you some brief pointers before I close off this video. Well, be busy, man. Have shit to do. First of all, if you don't have a job, get a job. Because if you're at home all day, 8-9 hours, at some point you're going to want to, you know what I'm saying? And the other thing is go in the gym. If you're not exercising in the gym, what the fuck are you doing, man? Get that testosterone running through the system. Okay? Lift weights. And as I said in my previous video, when you come home after a heavy gym session, you're knackered. If you've done it properly, at least you're tired, man. You just want to sleep. Okay, so these are just some of the things. I would also add having a great social life, meet your friends, actually go out and do shit together. I went go-karting the other day with a few friends of mine. You know, try and live a busy social life. Go to the gym, have a job, all that stuff. Believe me, when you're always busy, you're not going to want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm having to choose my words very carefully in this video. It'll probably still get flagged up, to be fair, but you know, I'm just trying to help you guys here. Eradicate this shit habit. You can, if you put your mind to it and you say, you know what, man, what the fuck am I doing? I'm never going to do that again. Okay, if you make a conscious effort, because the disadvantages massively outweigh the advantages. I mean, I can't even think of a single advantage of busting a nut on yourself. It's a fucking sad thought. You know what I'm saying? So the disadvantages: erectile dysfunction, I mean, permanent neuro pathway damage in the brain, premature ejaculate, that's another thing. I mean, come on, man. And so, gentlemen, eradicate this crap habit from your life. Stop going on these sites. Get busy, have a purpose, meet your friends, and over time, through conscious effort, you will live a much more rewarding life where you may have a partner who you can engage in those activities with, but not on yourself. It's a sad thought, gentlemen, okay? Don't do that. With that being said, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe down below. Come on, man, just do it right now. Okay, it's free. Subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.